Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. We begin in the Northwest Territories. A wall tent and most of the occupants' belongings were destroyed in a fire at a Yellowknife encampment today. No one was hurt at the site next to the Prince of Wales Northern Heritage Centre, and fire crews quickly controlled the flames. The city of Yellowknife said in a statement that the fire was accidental and that several heating sources were found in the area. Peter Adorian is a lawyer representing people at the encampment. He says fire is a leading cause of death and injury at any encampment. Adorian says he wrote to the Northwest Territories government last month asking for fire extinguishers and fire retardant tarps and tents, but the government didn't provide them. Today, Adorian asked the government to equip the encampment with fire protection.
These people need your help now. These people don't need a home 3 months from now. They need a place now. And if you can't give them a place now, just give them a fire extinguisher. Just give them the tarps that we asked for. Do something now. Do anything now to help these people now, or else people are going to die, they're going to get injured, and they're going to lose what little bit that they have.
The NWT's housing minister responded to questions on the encampment at the Legislative Assembly today. She calls the situation urgent and says her department is working on an encampment policy, but that won't be coming until next year.
We have to look at things carefully, understanding the concern, the urgency around encampments, and this has been ongoing for the last number of years. We have committed to deliver something in spring of 2026, but I'll ask the President of Housing NWT if anything can be done sooner.
That was NWT Housing Minister Lucy Guptana. A former mayor and teacher from Clyde River, Nunavut, has been charged with multiple sexual offenses. 49-year-old Sandy Kautuk faces 15 criminal code charges, including sexual assault, sexual exploitation, and sexual interference. The Hamlet office confirmed Kautuk's employment history in the community. Nunavut RCMP say the investigation began in September, and several victims have since come forward. Their identities are being protected. Kautuk remains in custody and is scheduled to appear in court in Iqaluit on November 4th. To the Yukon now, where the territorial election is less than 2 weeks away. The Yukon Party and the NDP have candidates running to represent the Klondike riding. Nobody, though, is running for the Liberal Party, which has represented the Dawson City area since 2011. As Chris McIntyre reports, people say the next MLA has some big issues to tackle.
I'm here in Dawson City and I'm asking people what are some important issues that they want the next government, but also the next MLA for the Klondike riding to address.
Power in the Yukon seems really expensive these days. So that would be like one of my concerns, just, having that at a livable rate here. So we can also budget for it as well.
I think that obviously grocery prices are insane up here, and that's something that I think a lot of people are struggling with, is that, and also access to healthcare. I think that it's a little bit difficult up here, especially since it's so remote, and honestly all over the Yukon, that healthcare is a little bit more difficult to access. So I think broadening up that.
Lots of people want to work here, lots of business here need more worker, but there's just no accommodation. So housing is really a main point that need to be addressed here.
Of course, there's the fire security issues. We had a very scary summer here in Dawson, and there's discussion right now of actually building a secondary firefighting force on the west side of Dawson, just because of the concerns that we saw this summer.
Richard Nagano is hoping to secure a seat in the Legislative Assembly with the Yukon Party. The Yukon Party commits to directing Yukon Energy to cut its planned 34% rate increase and increase affordable rental units by incentivizing developers. Brent McDonald is running for the Yukon NDP. The NDP says it will invest in renewable energy projects to make power more affordable and tie rent increases to inflation. Nobody is running for the Liberal Party. Sandy Silver, who held the seat since 2011, is not seeking re-election. The Liberal Party says it will release 1,000 lots in 4 years and put $30 million into the winter electricity rebate program. Now, there are a few candidate forums coming up. On Monday, October 27th, the Gwich'in First Nation is hosting its own candidate forum for Gwich'in citizens only. A few days after that, on October 29th, the Dawson City Chamber of Commerce will be holding a candidate forum that will be open to the public. Chris McIntyre, CBC News, Dawson City.
Public housing units across the Northwest Territories are in for a change. By next spring, there should be a ban in place on smoking in public housing. Devin Trudinick has more.
Robert Hawkins is the MLA for Yellowknife Center. He knows firsthand how bad the smell of smoke in a unit can be.
So I was visiting constituents at a public housing place last week, and the smoke in this multi-unit was so difficult to breathe, I thought I was actually chewing it. It was that thick and disgusting.
Hawkins asked the government yesterday about banning smoking in public housing units. The government announced such a ban earlier this year, but it did not come with an exact date. Lisa Semler is the territory's health minister. She says to expect a change next year.
My colleague and I, from Minister of Housing and WT, have had ongoing conversations on the best way to move forward, and I believe on April 1st there will be a blanket policy for no smoking in all housing and units in the Northwest Territories.
The Yukon implemented a smoking ban in public housing in 2012. Nunavut did the same in 2023. Devin Trudinick, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Iqaluit's Elders Society has presented its plan to house some elders in the city. It says land has been acquired for a new housing facility, and it could open as soon as 2028. It's also pitching a plan that focuses on the long-term housing needs of elders across the territory. TJ Deere has the details.
With half of the election candidates in Iqaluit's 4 ridings present, Bahijit Tigumiatikut presented what it's calling the Gugalak Triangle. It would be a facility dedicated to housing elders in Iqaluit who don't need constant care. The home is set to hold roughly 40 units, with enough space for up to 2 elders per unit and a potential caregiver. Jamie Flaherty is a consultant for the project. He says he believes it will cost about $60 million.
That's where we are at right now, because we still have to define some of the costs, what kind of material that we want, which will inflate or deflate the costs.
The society also presented what they say is a better way to house elders across Nunavut. They proposed reallocating government funds to build elder-specific units in all 25 of Nunavut's communities. Estimates presented by the society show that a strategic allocation of government funds could see more than 580 units built in all communities. This would also create 632 jobs. Both figures are substantially more than what's forecasted using the government's current model of long-term institutions in the 3 regional hubs, according to the society. Monica Elkanayuk is the society's executive director. She says not every elder needs to be institutionalized and that there are benefits to keeping elders at home.
The more that the elder can stay home is so much more respectful for them, for their families, for the community.
Ann Crawford is the Gugalak Triangle project coordinator. She's also helping advocate for the new plan. She says elders are often sent to out-of-community institutions without a plan to return them home.
It's really important that we just sit down and think ahead rather than just charging down this street. Are there other ways to keep people from being institutionalized? Are there ways to support people in community? Are there ways for people to live out their lives as they have done before with family and community support?
And with more Nunavummiut becoming elders, more emphasis may be needed to help them down the road. CBC News has contacted the Department of Health for more details. TJ Deere, CBC News, Iqaluit.
The Vatican is returning some Indigenous artifacts to Canada with the explicit understanding they'll be returned to Indigenous communities. That's a hopeful sign to Norman Yaq'e'ula, formerly known as Norman Yaq'e'laya. Yaq'e'ula was part of a delegation that met with the previous pope about returning the artifacts. He says they got to see the Iqaluit kayak that's being returned to Canada later this year, and that there's a strong case for more artifacts to be returned.
It was awesome, man. You could just see, man, the Inuit people were smart. Man, they were good. They were just like us Dene. We know how to survive. We could educate our young people on some of the stuff, where they come from. And reconciliation is telling this church telling us how wrong they've been.
The items would first go to the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau, Quebec. The museum has the proper facilities to preserve them. Experts will then confirm their origins and work with a committee of Indigenous representatives to decide where they should go. Nunavut's Department of Health is advising residents of Arviat to be cautious after a fox there tested positive for rabies. The department says the fox made contact with dogs in the community earlier this month. The dogs have been under confinement since then. The Nunavut Health Department is asking anyone who has been bitten by a fox or a dog to go to their local health center right away. Rabies infections are almost always fatal if not treated quickly. If a dog has been bitten or attacked by a fox, the department wants owners to report it to environmental health or a conservation officer.
Welcome to Lilith Fair.
Singer Sarah McLachlan has launched an all-female tour.
I was in disbelief that I'd never heard of it before.
Paula Cole, Erica Badu,
Sinead O'Connor,
Missy Elliott,
Sarah McLachlan, Sheryl Crow, Jewel.
Promoter said, you can't put two women on the same bill. People won't come. And it put a huge fire under my butt to prove them wrong.
Women singer-songwriters in the 90s, they're my Northern Stars.
This is much bigger than what we even thought it could be.
On your marks.
Get set.
Miracles never cease.
They're making more money than they have ever made in the history of the music business.
I'm a nanny.
Like Mary Poppins?
It's like the Force. Sorry, have you seen Star Wars? No.
Very predictable, you know that?
I'm hardly predictable.
Watch me follow my every move.
I'm trying very hard not to connect with people right now.
Wonderfully vibrant cuisine.
Salted egg yolk, Dungeness crab.
The most generous people you'll ever meet.
We always want to share the best with you. That's how we show love.
Lavish celebrations.
If this is where Filipino food is headed, I'm so proud.
Beautiful.
The city was under a state of emergency.
When you want news,
Was found alive.
we are here for you.
CBC News, Ottawa.
And here.
Winnipeg, Whitehorse.
And here.
Cote-du-Lac, Saskatoon,
And here.
Montreal,
Calgary,
Vancouver,
Charlottetown, Dartmouth.
A man purchased this box.
What did he look like?
A man. Normal. Not particularly attractive. And he's standing right behind you.
So, you want to watch the CBC News streaming channel? You can, wherever and whenever you want. Here's how to find us. We're on the CBC News app, on CBC Gem, and on your smart TV. Stream anytime, it's always free. CBC News.
Hello, I'm Paul Andrew. Here's George Tuckaroo with the news.
Thanks, Paul. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Carol Morin.
That's Northbeat for tonight. I'm Nadira Beg. Good night.
Good evening. I'm Randy Henderson. We start in the Northwest Territories.
Good evening. I'm Kate Kyle.
I'm Hillary Bird.
Shannon Scott.
Juanita Taylor, and this is Northbeat.
Surrounded by the smell of smoke and heat from the wood stove, a group of Gwich'in learners in Fort McPherson, Northwest Territories speak their language. They're there for a workshop to strengthen their language skills and learn new ones. We met them on our recent trip to Fort McPherson, and they showed us what they've been learning.
Dringwinzi Shillakat, Liz Wright Vilji, Tidla Jagwitz at Dinchu, G. Johnny Charlie at Jane Bonnet Plum, Shia Wankat Dinchu, Jiti Datek Nitive Guzu. I hope everything goes well for you. Greenzy Antikananti, take good care of yourself. Sakt Satchotli, everybody be happy. Kegwadat Nafavili, God bless you all.
Shillakat, Chick, J. Brian Peterson, Dincho. Ah, sons of crazy. Okay. That's good.
Thank you. Drin Quincy, G. Rosemary Valji, Shiti Edward Itze Valji, Shahan Doris Simon Valji. Sho. Sho Oli.
Drin Gwinzi. G. Joanne Titlich E. Dinchu. Titlich E. Gwich'in. Dichu. Shio and Grat. Jane Bonneplum at Chief Johnny Charlie. Gigi, that's like never take Guzu. I hope everything goes well for you. Thank you.
Drin Gwinzi Shakwajin Kat. Anita Kui Vilji. Tetlijik Watsat. Eileen Snowshoe. Shahan, Eileen Snowshoe. Ichu, right? Annie.
Yeah.
Okay. My father is Shiti Thomas Kui Dinchu. So, my name is Anita Kui. I work for the Gwich'in Council. We oversee the language program here in Fort McPherson, and we are the funders of this program. We get our money from the Gwich'in Tribal Council to do the language program. So each season we come out and we do an immersion camp. So we thought it would be really nice to have it here at the fish camp.
I am at Fish Camp in Fort McPherson. There are many things that go on here. And one of the things that's going on here right now, language camp. We're so lucky to be here with everyone who's learning their Gwich'in language, moving on their Gwich'in journey. And I'm sitting with the instructors. So if you could just maybe introduce yourself, tell me who you are and what you're doing here.
She Annie Kate Inju. Shahan Mary Charlie Velchi. Shiti William Tea Velchi. We're here doing the language, and first of all, I really believe that people have to learn the alphabet of the Gwich'in and the sounds they make, and so that's what we're doing right now, and we're going to be doing that every day when we start. And then we have somebody else here doing the culture part, which consists of medicine, going on a land, and I don't know what else is sewing, and how that we will be learning the language.
So it's not only learning the alphabet, as you mentioned, as a first step, but it's also learning how the language interacts with the culture, with being on the land, and how the two work together?
Yes, yeah. I really believe that's how we learn our language, is being out on the land and doing. So that's what we're doing here at the camp.
And what does it mean to you to have a space like this, like Fish Camp, that is in itself also a traditional space, to be able to teach the language and have others learn it?
I was really happy when they said we were going to come down here, because everything is here. But at the same time, I believe if we went out on the land and set up our own space, say example, if we had to set up our own tent and put a stove in there and put branches on the ground, and at the same time doing our language, and but I'm very thankful for this camp, that we could just come down here and start right away. But hopefully in the future that we could go and just start everything, do everything on our own.
Is there a message that you would like to share in Gwich'in to people who may be on their language journey and are learning about this camp and feeling inspired?
My message is to the young people is that we really need to work on our language. The Gwich'in language is the hardest language to learn. And I was just telling the lady that's in charge of this yesterday, we need to keep going and going and doing this on the land. And I even suggested that we start with the young mothers so that they could start speaking to their children. And I speak at home to my grandchildren, and it's just an ongoing thing that needs to be continued on in order to learn our language.
Merci, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, merci.
The language has a long history, but even relatively recently, there have been some adaptations. Here is a short modern history of the Gwich'in language by Elder James Ross.
And long history here. So a lot of people think of John Firth that came here from Scotland, 1840, and a trading post here. But Archdeacon MacDonald showed up here, and because of him, he translated the Bible into our language almost 200 years ago, and parts of the hymn book. And he developed his own writing system. So only the elders, like Mary Thea and Joanne Snowshoe, and a handful of others in the Gwich'in Nation, can pick this Bible up and read from it. Because we're one of the few First Nations in North America that had the Bible translated into our language. So Archdeacon MacDonald, his sons in Old Crow was Neil MacDonald and Hugh MacDonald. His great-granddaughter was Effie Linklater, who did a book on his work and the work with our people. Now, following that, like other First Nations across the Arctic and Canada, we're one of the most studied people on Earth. We're the reason people get PhDs and master's degrees, because they come to our people, stay with our people, learn from our people, learn our ways. Then they go back to their schools. So in the early 70s, another guy showed up. And this was John Ritter, and he was a linguist, and he went on to work for the Yukon Native Languages out of Whitehorse, retired from there. But in the 70s, when he learned our language and started working with our elders, he developed this dictionary, and he developed his own writing system. And they called this the modern writing of Gwich'in. It differs from Archdeacon MacDonald's writing. So this was supposedly the simplest. So that's over 50 years ago. Over 50 years ago, we have our elders teaching others our language, and because of that, others like Archdeacon MacDonald and John Ritter and others that have followed have documented and presented our language.
Tomorrow we'll hear again from James Ross, this time on the future of the language and the cutting-edge technology at its center. In Nunavut, the nonprofit organization Ampere has announced the recipients of the 2025 Danielle Moore Scholarship. The scholarship was created by the Pingwak Association in memory of a colleague. Danielle Moore worked at makerspace Iqaluit and had a passion for education, science and technology, and the environment. In 2019, she was in Ethiopia on her way to Kenya for an environmental conference when she died in a plane crash. The scholarship named after her is for students from Nunavut who are pursuing a future in the fields Moore was passionate about.
Nunavut can have one less thing to worry about as they pursue education in any of these fields that meant so much to Danielle, that we can kind of remove at least a portion or a fraction of that burden.
The scholarship has 4 recipients this year. They are Elena Ningyunang of Rankin Inlet, Megan Kilabak of Pangnaktu, Marcia Angalik of Arviat, and Caitlin McLean of Coral Harbor. Each of them will get $3,000 towards formal or informal skill development. And PAIR says it is looking for more funding to keep the scholarship going for years to come and to keep Danielle Moore's legacy and memory alive. And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.